Hey, fellas. Here we are, week 11, and things could not be any closer than they are right now. It's been a great year so far. Things are really exciting. I mean, you guys see the standings. It's crazy. Before we get into the standings in this week, I do want to recap from last week since I didn't do a video last week. I just want to recap a couple things. First, Jimmy Graham pulling out the win for good old Ricky against Lemish. That was a hell of a win. Lemish called Roofer, Ricky because of his name for like 2 months because he kicked the shit out of him in like the third week of the season. Roofer got his revenge though. Pulled off a win because of Jimmy Graham's 30-point outing against Lemish. So congratulations, Derek. And also, before we move on, I do want to give my last Crockett Gilmore update of the year. He has 16 points on the year. He has not scored a point in the last 5-6 weeks, something like that. But, you know what? Stash him for the playoffs. All right, I know you cut him, but I'm telling you, pick him back up. All right, start him for the playoffs if you make it. Now, on to the standings. This Weber division is insane, just pure insanity. There is a 2-point difference, or two game difference between first and last with 3 games to go. We have Lance at the top at 6-4. We have Ricky 2000 in second place, tied for second place with Lemish 40-inch Ditka. And Burns, third degree Burns, all at 5-5. After that, we have Pump and Munch, Yach, 4-6. And you still lead that division in points. And then we have Gar, Mr. Fist, at 4-6. So 2 games separating first and last in that division, 3 to go. Remember, the last 2 weeks are division weeks. So this coming week, you do not play a division rival, but the last 2 you will play in your division, and that's why we have it set up that way. I know a couple people have asked me why isn't it the top 6 teams? Why is it the top 3 from each division? Well, that's why you play everybody in your division twice, and you don't play every team outside your division, and that's why we have it set up like that. It's a little more NFL-like, in case you were wondering. And then we have the Coleman division. We have me at 8-2. I have officially clinched a playoff spot. Still really would like that first round bye though, so gonna have to work for that. And then we have Fat Bottom Girlies, Boggs at second, at 7-3. And then we have Prusky, Harbaugh's Heroes, rounding out the top 3 at 5-5. I mean, after that, really, anything can happen, even with Prusky. I mean, Boggs is pretty much in the playoffs. He has to lose 3 in a row, and Evan or Lemke have to win 3 in a row. Both of those things need to happen in order for Boggs to not make the playoffs. So me and Boggs have essentially clinched playoff spots. But after Prusky, we have Evan at 4-6. He has a tiebreaker with Lemke because of head-to-head, but I believe they play one more time. And then we have Lemke also at 4-6. And here, in last place in our division, we have Weiler at 3-7, who is still technically not out of the playoffs. He's only 2 games back with 3 to go, and he is on a 1-game winning streak. Great job, Weiler and co. Pulled off a big win last week, especially for me, beating Boggs, giving me, a 1-game lead in first place. So great job. A couple of the matchups. We don't have too many huge matchups this week since you're not playing in your division. But you still got to win. Especially in that Weber division. We have Lemke against Roofer. Roofer's team is really coming around. Marcus Mariota is playing out of his mind. It definitely helps when you're playing the fucking shitty fucking bullshit fucking piece of shit fucking Packers. whose defense couldn't fucking stop a fucking goddamn anything. I fucking hate the defense so much. But that's all I'm going to say about that. So we have Ricky against Lemke. That should be a really good game. And then we have Weiler against Lance. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Lance, if there is one team that you really need to play right now, is Weiler's team. But Weiler's team put up some points the last 2 weeks, so you might lose to Weiler's team. And Lance, I hate to say it to you, you're on a 3-game losing streak, and if you lose to Weiler, you're in big fucking trouble, mister. Yeah, this is not a game that you can afford to lose, Lance. Weiler, you're trying to play spoiler, and I just think it'd be hilarious if you won. So I'm rooting for you. After that, we have Burns against Boggs, which I think is probably the biggest matchup this week. Burns, everybody in that Weber division really needs a win, especially Burns. Boggs, you need a win, but you can afford a loss. So, yeah. And then after that, we have Prusky against Lemish. Again, everybody in the Weber division needs a win. Prusky also really needs a win. He's only 1 game up on Evan and Lemke to get in the playoffs as well. And then after that, we have me against Gar. I'm going for the 1 seed. I really, really would like the extra $50 for getting the division win. Gar, you're in last place now in the Weber division, and you need a win here against me. I think you have the players to do it. Your team is really underachieved, but I think you can get a win here. I'm not rooting for you, but I think you can do it. And then after that, we have Evan against Yacht. And 2 teams in pretty similar situations. Both teams are 1 game out of the playoffs, and both teams really need a win. If Evan gets a loss here, he's going to need some help then to get into the playoffs. Same with Yacht. If you lose here, going into the last 2 weeks, you're going to need some help to get in. So, yeah, really big matchups here. Everything's been really exciting. I cannot wait to see what happens this weekend. I'd love to say that you're starting to see the playoff picture round out, but you don't fucking know anything right now. Everything's crazy. I love it. So, again, as always, good luck to everybody this week, and I will talk to you next week.